I am Marcus Mosher of the Game Day Hoops, and we are inching closer and closer to the NBA playoffs. So today we are looking back at the best 5 teams of the previous decade, and let's dive in. At number 5 are the 2013-2014 Spurs. This was an incredibly loaded team with a young Kawhi Leonard starting to realize his powers. They had Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. They had Danny Green. They were just a great roster that played incredibly sound defense. It was very unselfish basketball. Nobody on that team averaged over 16 points per game in the regular season. Incredibly sound, technically sound on both sides of the court. This team successfully made one more championship run, and that is why they come in at number 5 on our list. At number 4, the 2012-2013 Miami Heat. There's a lot of reasons to love this Miami Heat team. It was the second championship that they won, but maybe my favorite reason is because of all the different ways that they could win a game. They could go small ball with Shane Battier at the 4 and Chris Bosh at the 5. They could go big with LeBron at the 3, Chris Bosh at the 4, and then somebody like Birdman Anderson at 5. They were so athletic. They had shooters all over the place with Ray Allen and Mike Miller and Mario Chalmers. They could go big, they could go small. It's the perfect version of modern NBA basketball, and that is why they come in at number 4 on our list. At number 3 is the 2017-2018 Warriors. They won their second championship with Kevin Durant. Only reason that they're not a little bit higher on this list is because they struggled so much with the Houston Rockets, who were a really good team that year, in the Western Conference Finals. They had to go to a Game 7 against the Rockets, and if it wasn't for a Chris Paul injury, they might not have this second championship ring. The Rockets were likely going to win that series. The Paul injury affected them pretty clearly. They just couldn't score in that Game 7. And then the Warriors, obviously they won. They went on to the NBA Finals and they faced a compromised Cavs team. Still an absolutely incredible roster, but they come in at number 3 on our list. At number 2 are the 2015-2016 Cleveland Cavaliers. This is the Cavs team that upset the 73-9 Warriors. This was LeBron at the peak of his powers and Kyrie Irving playing the best basketball of his career. Both of those guys averaged over 25 points per game in the playoffs, and they just took over when they were down 3-1. Some of the best basketball I have ever seen from 2 individual players. LeBron and Kyrie both scoring 40 or more points in that Game 5. We know what LeBron did in Game 6 and 7. This Cavs team didn't have a lot of depth to it, as only 4 players averaged over 7 points per game in the playoffs. But with LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love all playing at that elite level, they have to come in at number 2 on our list. And at number 1, of course, is the 2016-2017 Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry is one of the best shooters and one of the best scorers in NBA history, but he wasn't even the best offensive player on his team that year, as Kevin Durant absolutely dominated throughout the regular season and throughout the playoffs. This was a team that wanted to get back to the championship after losing the year before. Kevin Durant helped them get to another level that we've maybe never seen in the history of basketball before. I think you can take this Warriors team up against any team in the history of the NBA, and I think they might even win. That's just how good this team was. Golden State Warriors 2016-2017 come in at number 1. Who are your top 5 teams of the previous decade? Make sure you leave your answers and comments below. And as always, thank you for watching the Game Day Hoops.